This is the unluckiest man in the world. He just took a nap on the plane. When he landed, he found that his country had been bombed. Not only were his visa and currency invalid, but even his flight home had been cancelled. However, unable to communicate, he still didn't know what had happened. The airport manager had no choice but to demonstrate it to him in a simple and blunt manner with potato chips. Victor was detained at the airport. He had absolute freedom but was forced to be absolutely unfree. He was free because no one at the airport could manage him, but he was not free because he had no right to leave the airport or return home. The manager thought Victor would sneak out of the airport and be taken away by the guards, but unexpectedly, he listened to the manager's words and chose to stay at the airport to wait for the country's revival. He pieced together an old chair into a bed and unplugged the power, planning to make do for the night. But as soon as he lay down, he accidentally turned on the plane's lighting as the armed militants arrest. Fortunately, it was just a false alarm. But the next day, he was completely targeted by the airport supervisor because he was highly likely to cause the supervisor major trouble. During the period before the superior's retirement, as long as there were no issues at the airport, he could seamlessly take over. But as soon as he finished speaking, he saw someone wearing a bathrobe wandering around the airport on the surveillance feed. This undoubtedly affected the airport's image to some extent. The supervisor was utterly helpless and couldn't understand why Victor didn't sneak away. To secure a promotion and pay raise, the supervisor decided to get rid of this hot potato. He stared intently at Victor on the other side of the glass and ordered his subordinates to take decisive action. So, while Victor was eating the airport's free snacks, the bald supervisor approached him. He feigned goodwill and hinted to Victor that there would be a 5-minute window when the security guards changed shifts at 12 o'clock. He subtly hinted that Victor could take advantage of this opportunity to leave. Victor thought he had struck gold, but in reality, this was just the supervisor's trap. A trap had already been set up outside the airport, waiting for Victor to fall into it. As long as he dared to step outside, they had the right to immediately arrest him as an intruder.